The standard release of the Todd McFarlane inspired Batman has hit shelves. So let's break it down and see if it's worth purchasing if you already have the gold version. We're going to cover articulation first, move on from design, and head from there. So buckle up as we go on this magic ride together. Looking at the articulation, starting with the arms, they do go out that far, they do go down, they do go around, but it takes a moment to get used to with the way the cowl is set up. You do have a bicep cut, you do have double jointed elbows looking wonderful right there. We have this ball peg here, it's kind of ugly on this side, but it does rotate and hinge. Now going on to the lower legs, the legs do pretty much do the splits. They kick forward about that much. They do go back, as you can see. A little bit of a thigh swivel there. We have double jointed knees. Rotation at the foot. It hinges up and down ever so slightly. And then rotation at the feet. And with a toe hinge. So there is that. At the upper body, we got rotation at the upper half. It can crunch forward that far with using the bottom half. And it goes back quite a bit more, and then it can go side to side, as you can see, as such. So overall, not too bad there. Some people will complain. The head looks up ever so slightly. It looks down a hell of a lot more, as you can see. And then, of course, we got the tilting from the side to side, as the cool kids like to do to give Batman some attitude. And then we got rotation. So standard McFarlane articulation, I think it works pretty well. Let's go ahead and cover the look. We got a nice unique design here with the boots here. Batman's boots looking fantastic. Very techish, if you will. I mean, that's the way I'm going to describe them. But they look bad, or they don't look bad, excuse me. Moving up from there, we have the thighs and the legs, and we got those pouches and the belt, which we'll cover a lot more in depth as we go along. And then we got the chest here with that giant bat logo. Batman's been working out. He's definitely getting his iron pumped, if you will. Looking at the gauntlets here, they often remind me of Shredder. They just have that Todd-inspired look. They're pointy. They kind of hurt when moving around. They still look cool. I'm not like knocking them or anything. This is Todd's design on Batman. This is one of the things I always wanted Todd to do with the DC license. You got that nice big bat logo, as you can see. Very shiny, very glossy. And then you got the cowl that has the Flashpoint Batman inspired look to it, if you will. That came out okay. I really have no issues with that whatsoever. It's nice that it's a soft rubbery material, if you will. And then if we rotate to the back here, those blades, which we'll talk about in the accessories, are housed in a very nice design. And then you have a very soft plasticky vinyl cape that goes all the way down, which is folded in to create these looks for it, which I think works with the aesthetic of this figure very much so. Speaking of aesthetic, it wouldn't be McFarlane if we didn't have pouches to remind us of the 90s. Same with the belt buckle here. This Batman's decked to the gills with different sorts of pouches. We got that nice bat logo right there on there. None of these are removable. Some people hate that. I'm kind of in the middle with it. It is what it is. It looks nice. If these were all loose and stuff, I'd probably lose them. So I'm okay with that. It's a very unique utility belt, I will say, especially with that strap in the back there. But I dig the look. Like I said, this is Todd's vision. This is what he envisioned Batman to look like if he was drawing it. Of course, going from there, we have some more tech stuff here. Some vial of some sort with some pouches and some grenades. All in all, I think it's a very, very nice look for the guy. As you can see, you got some bat booty right there. And then moving on to the head sculpt, this is the point of contention with everyone. Looking at it head on, if you will, no pun intended, he does look a little strange. I don't know how to describe it properly. But looking at it from the side profile, I think it looks a heck of a lot better. And it's something that I dig. Let's go ahead and break down the extras. So, of course, we got our McFarlane trading card. We got our blades. We got our Batarang and our base. These blades are really cool. I think this is something that really separates it from the gold release. This gauntlet blade type design thing, it's heavy duty. It looks like it can cause damage. And they fit into the back of the cowl here on that clip a heck of a lot better than they do with the gold release. So I definitely dig this look a lot more. This Batarang is huge, but it works. It's, you know, it is what it is. Otherwise, that's the big difference between accessories between the two, which I'll show here in a moment. But first, let's get our size roundup. We got a NECA comparison here for those who collect NECA. We got DC Collectibles, RIP. We got Mezco, as you can see, on the shorter side. And then we got Diamond Select, the only Batman figure I could find. And then we got some McFarlane Toys, Spawn. And then we got some Batmans here. And let's get into the deep dive. The comparison between the gold label and the standard release. It's basically a very soft color change. The one that's a standard, the colors are a little more vibrant. On the gold label, it's more muted. As you can see, he's got those gold blades and goggles. The standard release has got the Batarang and the big gauntlet blades. It's going to be a personal preference. I don't know if I needed two of these at the end of the day. As you can see, they're hanging out, but I dig them. It is what it is. I bought them. I can't argue with it. So it is what it is. I don't hate this at all, and I dig it. But overall, if you're going to pick it up, let me know in the comments which one you're going to grab. I had a lot of fun messing around with this thing again. I say again because I messed around with it previously, but I think that's going to do it for me because I'm starting to ramble and rave. So thank you so much for stopping by. Check out all the other amazing stuff here on Comic Crusaders. And until we meet again, great googly moogly.